Welcome to episode 1278 of the Multifamily Collective. Today, let's talk about the best questions. I think that really good leaders that set themselves apart in a marketplace, are very good at asking questions, keeping people engaged in a process, in a conversation. They ask very good questions, but they also fall prey sometimes to asking questions that narrow a focus or that lead people to an outcome that they desire. And sometimes that isn't always a good thing because you leave out time for reflection. You leave out the better part of two minds coming together and creating better ideas. You leave that out of a process sometimes by asking good questions, but good questions that are narrowly focused. So let's take an example. If you're doing a postmortem and you're thinking through why there is an outcome that was adverse to your organization, or an outcome that you didn't really desire, an outcome that wasn't just fruitful to the business. And think through a questioning process that steers away from how could this happen? Because that is a question that we would ask. How did this happen? Okay, and then you walk through a series of questions on the heels of that lead question. How about a question that is more along the lines of how did you, individual, team member, get to the point where you made this decision? In other words, we're talking about a decision-making process instead of why did this thing go wrong. Let's talk about the process. And so once you narrow down where the process was flawed in terms of the outcome that you got that you didn't like, then you can tweak that particular part of the process so that the next time you're thinking through making a decision, whether it's under duress or whether you have plenty of time to make a decision, you're fixing the flaw in the process. We're not making indictments based on how you got there by asking different questions or questions that aren't really focused on a process. You have to leave room for reflection. So not only do we need to ask good questions as a leader, we also need to ask questions that are more process and systems oriented when it's appropriate to do so. Sometimes you just need to know why things went wrong. That's it. We'll talk to you again soon.